Ka Halayamla Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Krakadash. This is Matazah coming at you with another lesson. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders and teachers of GMS. I'd like to give blessings and thankfulness to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 that are teaching and being in this truth with all sincerity. To you all, I'd like to say shalom. And I'm coming at you with another lesson. Like I just said, it's going to be a series of videos, and I'll end it off with some scriptures. So,
let's talk about the crisis at the southern border. It's proven to be a major issue on the campaign trail, just a few weeks away now from the Iowa caucuses on January 15th. ABC News political director Rick Klein joins us now to talk about this. Rick, the White House predictably slamming this move by Governor Abbott to fly migrants north and dump them there. He's saying he's, quote, showing how little regard for or respect he has for human beings, as the White House says, and calling the flight to Chicago a, quote, political stunt. Well, it may or may not be. It's a political problem for the president, isn't it? How big, do you think?
Oh, no question. And I think it's something the White House is attuned to. And Perry, I think it also feeds into the negotiations that have been going right through the holiday season around potential border security. A lot of people on President Biden's left are frankly angry that the White House would engage in the kind of negotiations they are with Republicans. Republicans looking for some harsher border sanctions and security precautions. But the fact that the White House and Democrats are engaging, I think,
and once again, I would like to announce that this is for educational purposes. I do not own the rights to anything that has to do with this news crew. Like I repeat, it's just for educational purposes. Thank you.
Is a recognition of the reality, the images, and the humanity that is the reality of the situation on the border right now. It's a big problem because I think it also feeds a perception that's out there in the populace among voters that things are just out of control.
Yeah, that Biden, he's been president now 3 years, and this is as bad as it's ever been. There are many factors, of course, but the buck stops in the office with no corners, and so he's going to have to own it. So, Rick, since we have you, I want to talk about these legal cases in so many states, like Maine.
Or should I say it's for fair use only? Fair use.
Now, in light of the decision by the Colorado Supreme Court to disqualify Donald Trump from that state's 2024 primary ballot due to his role in January 6th, and I've seen some calls from Democrats and articles in liberal publications saying, why stop with Trump? There were members of Congress, there were state officials who were involved, they believe, in the effort to overturn the country, the election the country had. So how big an issue is this going to be, and which way will it cut?
Well, I think politically, it probably only helps Donald Trump. As we've discussed, this is part of his core messaging, and he's incorporated in it, and even his fellow...
Oh, yeah, I skipped a little bit too much. Sorry about that. That's
about the crisis at the southern border. It's proven to be a major issue on the campaign trail, just a few weeks away now from the Iowa caucuses on January 15th. ABC News political director Rick Klein joins us now to talk about this. Rick, the White House predictably slamming this move by Governor Abbott to fly migrants north and dump them there. He's saying he's, quote, showing how little regard for or respect he has for human beings, as the White House says, and calling the flight to Chicago a, quote, political stunt. Well, it may or may not be. It's a political problem for the president, isn't it? How big, do you think?
Oh, no question. And I think it's something the White House is attuned to. And Perry, I think it also feeds into the negotiations that have been going right through the holiday season around potential border security. A lot of people on President Biden's left are frankly angry that the White House would engage in the kind of negotiations they are with Republicans. Republicans looking for some harsher border sanctions and security precautions. But the fact that the White House and Democrats are engaging, I think, is a recognition of the reality, the images, and the humanity that is the reality of the situation on the border right now. It's a big problem because I think it also feeds a perception that's out there in the populace among voters that things are just out of control.
Yeah, that Biden, he's been president now.
So, you know, a lot of people are coming through that border, right? A lot of people. And it's nonstop.
Did you know that I'm getting my very own channel for
Sorry about the
SiriusXM?
ads.
It's called the Kelly Clarkson Clarkson connection. I would only sign on.
But we deal
As
with
Congress debates changes in immigration policy, there's a new focus on a small town at the heart of the migrant crisis. Julia Ainsley is there for us.
Tonight, this is the new epicenter of the border crisis. Tiny Lukeville, Arizona, where the number of migrants is pushing Border Patrol past capacity. More than 9,000 illegal crossings along the southern border just yesterday. Nearly 3,000 of them in this area. Behind me, there's a group of about 40 migrants, including young children, that were just brought in by Border Patrol after they called 911 because they were stranded in the desert. Border agents so backed up, they're taking migrants to Tucson, where they're processed and most are released into the U.S. The Lukeville.
And as you can see, they pretty much just sending them whatever they can. Not know who's what and what is who. It's people from everywhere coming through that border. Even enemies, so-called enemies of the United States. And they're just putting them through every state. Like they're just flying them with private planes and jets to every state without a care in the world. This is all calculated. It's going to backfire and it's going to turn up.
That is an insight into what it looks like in Eagle Pass, Texas, as thousands of migrants wait to be processed, leaving authorities overwhelmed and without the resources to deal with the recent surge.
And I can assure you, it's a lot more than what you see in this video. If you guys want to see more of this, you can go check it out. But it's a lot more immigrants. I even seen some videos of some Iranians and I just seen some videos that is talking about the other nations over there all the way in the east. They're coming through the border as well.
Chad Wolf's here, former acting secretary of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. It's been one of those days, Chad. Help me with this. Having spent a lot of time in the Middle East and with a lot of the...
And also, I don't just get my source from YouTube. I go, actually online to look for stuff. So, but YouTube's a good source to find information.
These groups, it would be military malpractice for Hezbollah, for Hamas, for others to have not already certainly tried multiple times, if not already succeeded in infiltrating people into the United States. Is that message that we just heard enough to, quote unquote, activate them?
Well, I certainly believe it is. And we know this from a variety of different data sources, intel sources, that groups like Hezbollah specifically, Hamas to a lesser extent, at least in the past, have certainly been here in the United States. The FBI has been aware of them. They've tracked them. And so a lot of these groups, as you indicated, have individuals here in the States. And so to, quote, activate them or to inspire them or to have them do something is unfortunately a lot easier than I think most Americans really understand. And you apply that with what's going on along the southern border, which you described so aptly, and I think you've got a real issue here. And so that's why we hear Director Wray saying that all the lights are blinking red, and he sees the threat of potential acts here probably the highest that they've been since 9/11. And so that should give a lot of Americans a lot of concern.
You said 9/11.
See, and, America, aka Babylon the Great, the whore, they keep going over there getting involved with other people's problems and stuff, going over there causing chaos and killing people and stuff. These people, they're I bet you they're sending people over here to set this place up to be demolished. It's so many people coming through that border. Nobody knows what's going on anymore. Like, it's, and then, you know, as you just saw, Hamas talking about threatening this land, talking about it's gonna, you know, give it problems. They can easily just come up through the southern border and cause all types of chaos and do everything they doing over there in Israel. Plot and everything. But that's prophesied, though. And another, oh yeah, and then the distractions of this holiday.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with the kids jingle bells.
Merry Christmas! Looks like Martha Stewart threw up in here.
This is delicious, honey. A little dry. Well, mine's delicious. Mine's dry. Do you want to trade?
It's the
Christmas. It's Christmas. It's Christmas.
with those holiday greetings and gifts.
How we were going to survive Christmas with 12 people stuck in a house with no heat and no electricity.
Or food.
There's plenty of leftovers, Howard.
Beer it is. It's the weirdest thing. There's no cars, no people.
How long can this keep up? We heard something on the roof.
What the hell is this?
Saint Nicholas is not coming this year. Instead, a much darker, ancient spirit.
Yeah. This damn holiday that they call holy, it's not a holy day, it's a hella day. It's so many lies. Like, man. Like, this place really gotta go. Let's get some scriptures. I'm gonna close it out. We want to go to Joel 2. We're going to start at 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh. I'm going to repeat the last part I just said. The day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. It's going to go down. When it start up, it's going to go down. It's not going to be a time like it. And when it crank up, nothing's going to be the same anymore. When it start up, that marks the very end of this kingdom and the beginning of another. Because every kingdom falls. It's every kingdom starts up, but it's going to fall eventually. But not our kingdom. When our kingdom starts, it's going to be everlasting. But this kingdom, when Jacob's trouble start, is through. And we are so close to Jacob's trouble, it's ridiculous. And people are still out here believing the lie, celebrating bullshitmas, or should I say Christmas, where people, they just celebrating this stuff. They believe in the lie that this holiday is, this holiday is bringing. There is no joy, there is no cheer, there's no peace in this world. It's all chaos. It's just chaos and death. We're going to pull out another scripture, and it's going to be the closing scripture. Sirach 5:7. Make no tarrying to turn to Yahweh, and put not off the day to day, from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of Yahweh come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. The day of vengeance. The day of vengeance. Call Halayim La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Rakakadash. This is Matazah coming at you with another lesson. To you all, the hopeful elect, 144,000. Peace and blessings to you.